Hello there, my friends. How are you today? Welcome to our first practice of the new year, 2024. My cat Gracie just walked away. So she may be coming back in to practice with us. So just be on the lookout for her. I hope this year thus far has been good to you, and that you are easing your way into uh, this new year and maybe setting some goals for yourself. Um, Maybe you've already done that, or maybe you're working on that, or something you'll be doing later this year. I used to right away think, oh my gosh, the first of the year, I have to have everything planned out. I got to know what I'm going to be doing. And through the years, as I've gotten a little wiser, a little older, I'm like, I don't necessarily need to put all that pressure on myself at the very beginning of the year, as I really love enjoying the whole concept of our winter season of hibernating, restoring, renewing ourselves, and preparing ourselves for the following season. So giving myself a little bit more time in the month of January before setting all of my goals out for 2024. But anyway, as I said, I hope this year has been good to you thus far. Our practice today is going to be a real treat. All of our poses will be done lying down. No props are necessary unless, of course, you'd like to bring some in. I'm adding a blanket on top of my mat just because my floor is a little cold, and it is cold just that season, right? We're in the cold season. And I have a blanket for Shavasana. So if you'd like to bring those in for yourself as well, and any other props, go ahead and get all of those, and I will meet you back on your mat. All right, before we get started, I just want to say a great big thank you. If you have been one that has been part of my Zen Within YouTube community for a while, or if you are new to my channel, um, just thank you so much for, first of all, for my channel coming into your space. Thank you for offering yourself the practice of yoga, and especially yin yoga, as that is mostly what I offer on this channel, though I am planning on doing a little bit more this year. Um, but just thank you for being a part of my community, for supporting me. I'm offering free yoga, and the best way to support any YouTubers out there that are offering free classes is to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, or even leave me a comment, just to keep that communication, that algorithm going out there. So thank you for that. All right, let's get started. Laying down, and right away, once you get yourself down, just bring the knees into the chest. Let's take the knees nice and wide, kind of bringing the big toes in together. So think child's pose, but we're just reclined here. And adjust your head so that your chin is slightly tucked in instead of having the neck up, so that the cervical spine can be aligned and in a resting place. And if it's too much effort to hold the toes together, just let the feet separate a bit. And we're just going to take 10 slow, deep breaths here, breathing into the belly, breathing into the back, in and out through your nose. And each time you take your exhale, find for and feel for the body being able to soften and relax another layer. Taking one more breath here. Let's make it a cleansing breath. So, big inhale through the nose. Really find spaciousness and filling up the belly all the way around to the back. And then taking a big open mouth, releasing exhale. And then from here, let's drop the left foot to the mat. Right foot is going to come up into a half happy baby, and then either bringing your right hand behind the back of that thigh, or maybe you hold on to the outer edge of your right foot. What I want you to find is allowing that right knee to come to the right side of the body. So think like the outside of the armpit. Seeing a big, nice stretch through the hamstring, the glute, the hip. And if you are reaching for that foot and your right shoulder is really lifting off the floor, kind of straining to hold here, I'd rather you bring that hand back behind because you want to allow the shoulders to soften here. And we'll take 7 breaths here. Taking a cleansing breath, big breath in, big breath out. And now extend that right leg all the way up, bringing the hands behind the back of the thigh and point and flex through the foot. Rotate through the ankle, so taking some big circles here, going one direction and then going the other. Might find or hear or feel some popping, cracking going on in the ankle or even the foot. And then we're going to come to stillness here with a flex in that foot. So you're going to send those toes towards you. Big, deep stretch through the Achilles, the calf, maybe even through your hamstring. Just taking 5 breaths here. Last breath. And now coming into this a little deeper, maybe sliding the hands up behind the back of the calf and allowing the weight of your hands here to draw the leg a little closer into the body and towards the face. But if this is too much for you, just come back to where you were, and we're just going to take 3 breaths here. Big breath in, big breath out. Beautiful. Release that leg, bend the knee, bring your right foot to your mat, and then we'll make our way into half baby on the left side. And with your right arm, you can rest your hand on your belly or maybe open the arm out to the side, whatever feels most comfortable for you here. Mainly want you just focusing on stretching that left hamstring glute. Maybe readjust your head so that the neck and cervical spine are aligned. I often have to readjust through each pose when I'm doing recline poses. Just kind of natural for the back of the neck or the cervical spine to want to curve, the chin to go up. We'll take 7 more breaths here. And again, each time you exhale, finding or feeling for another layer to breathe through, to release. Last breath, cleansing breath. Coming into our hamstring stretch, extend that leg all the way up, holding onto the back of the thigh. Point and flex through the foot. Rotate through the ankle. Going one direction and then the next. And really feel for all parts of your foot. So even like the flexi dorsi, if I said that right. But the top of the foot, I really feel this on the top of my foot. All right, let's flex the foot, send the toes towards you. We're going to hold here, taking 5 slow, deep breaths. Breathing into the belly, to the back. Cleansing breath. And maybe sliding the hands up even further. Drawing the leg a little closer in. 3 breaths here. Last breath. And bending that knee, lowering your foot to your mat. And now let's work the wrist a little bit. So just extend the arms up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. You're just going to take some big wrist circles here. And going the other direction. Part of the body that we don't typically work out or focus on or stretch. And now we're just going to flex or like point the fingers and then flex the fingers. Just drop the fingers down and back, doing that 3 more times. Stretching the top of the hand through the forearms. One more. Good. And then just shaking the wrist out. Now let's hug that right knee in. Extend your left leg all the way out. Heel to the mat. Give a nice big squeeze. Squeezing that knee, hugging that knee in towards your chest. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. And now we're going to open up this knee and hip. So you're just going to use your right hand only to open that right knee up. Your left hand can come on top of your left hip flexor, hip bone, just to hold the hip down. And just opening up this hip, this knee as far as you can. And then even kind of lowering the foot towards the floor. So not only are you getting into your hip joint, but you're also working across the psoas through the hip flexors. And now inhale, slowly bring that knee back in. And then as you exhale, you're going to open it back up. So now we're just going to take a little fluid movement here. And you can add on to this, creating a little bit more flow or movement. This is just really good to lubricate the hip joint, open up the hip girdle. Good. Taking it one more time and then opening that knee back up. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, bring the knee back in towards the chest, and then we're going to make our way into a twist. So now we're going to bring that right knee all the way over to the left. And I want you to focus on stacking that right hip over the left and letting that right foot rest to the floor, to the mat. You can always use a block or a blanket or something underneath this leg to give you some support. And then you can use your left hand just to gently hold your right leg here and then open up the right arm. Kind of wiggle those shoulders out, especially that left shoulder out so that the chest can open. And with that right hand, try with the palm facing up or the palm facing down. You'll get a different sensation either way, so whatever feels best for you. And then allowing the body, the mind to settle here in this pose. And we're going to take 10 slow, deep breaths here. Breathing into your belly, the back, the hip. Last breath, cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Fill up the belly. Open mouth, exhale. And then making our way out of this pose nice and easy, and to support the low back, bring your right hand all the way across over to that right thigh, knee. You're going to start hugging that right knee in as you make your way back onto your back. Bring the left knee in as well, and taking a few rocks side to side. And we'll make our way to the left side. So hugging that left knee in, extend your right leg all the way out. Both hands to that left knee, gently squeezing, hugging it in. Taking a big breath. And then we'll come to open up this knee just like we did on the right side. And really tuning into how this hip feels and responds. We typically have one side of our body, it's tighter than the other, especially through the hips. And then we'll take that little movement of bringing the knee in and then opening up the knee. Taking it nice and easy. One more movement here. And then bringing the knee back in. And we'll make our way all the way over to the right side, coming into our twist here. Right hand might hold that left knee down or thigh down, opening up that left arm, wiggling that right shoulder out. And just settling here into your twist. And whichever way you had your hand on the right extended arm on the other side, then do the same on this side. So your left hand. And taking 10 slow, deep breaths here. Last breath, cleansing breath. Big breath into the belly. Big open mouth exhale. And left hand coming over to your left thigh, hugging that left knee in as you make your way onto your back. right knee in as well. And again, rocking side to side. And now lowering both feet down and opening up the knees, coming into uh, Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. And then let's open the arms up into cactus arms for a little chest opener here. So bending at the elbows and wiggle those shoulders out, away from one another. And you can always use some blocks or any props, pillows underneath the knees if you need that here. Readjusting the neck. Settling here. Unclenching the glutes. Deactivate the legs. Let the mind be at ease. And just taking slow, deep, easy breaths here. Last breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. And now just glide your arms down, bring the hands to the outer thighs. Support, bringing the knees in together. Heel toe the feet out about the width of your mat. Let the knees just fall in towards one another. Just taking a rest here. A little counter pose for the inner thighs. Just 3 breaths here. Last breath. And then send the knees away from one another. Extend the legs all the way out. And we're going to come into banana pose. So just walk your right leg over to the right corner of your mat and then bring the left leg over to meet. You're going to bring your arms up overhead, shifting the upper body over to the right as well. Maybe you wiggle that right shoulder out. So just finding a position here where you are looking like a banana or crescent moon, maybe holding on to the left wrist or opposite elbows. Or if this is too much in the shoulders, you can just have one arm extended and the other resting on the belly, one hand resting on the belly. Just find where it feels most comfortable for you here. What we are looking for is a nice big side body stretch on that left side body. You can let the head kind of fall to the right. Let's find a position for it where it's not straining. Take a big breath in through the nose, fill up that left side body. And as you take your exhale, let the glutes release, the legs. And now bring that left leg, your left ankle on top of the right ankle and straighten the leg out. So we want both legs straight, just stacked. Both of your hips are on the floor, on the mat, so we're not rolling over to the right side. Relaxing the facial muscles. Relaxing the legs and the glutes. Focusing on breathing just into the left side rib cage. And taking 3 more breaths here. And taking a full inhale, filling up the left side rib cage. Now hold at the top of that inhale. Breathe in a little bit more, sending the breath all the way up to the armpit. And now open up, exhale. Good, release the hands or the arms, bring the upper body back to center, uncross the legs, bring the legs back to center. Maybe just readjust yourself here before you make your way to the other side. Good. Actually, let's just pause here real quick in the center. Let the hands rest on the low belly. Let the feet just fall out to the side. Let the shoulders soften back. Taking 3 breaths here. Last breath. And now making your way to your banana pose on the left side. So left leg leads, right comes to meet. Shifting the upper body to the left. And again, keeping both hips planted down. Before you cross that right ankle over, take a big breath in. And on this exhale, right away, already letting the body know that you are letting everything go. So unclenching, deactivating. And then once you've done that, cross that right ankle over the left. Making your adjustments so that you can settle here for about 12 breaths. Breathing into your right side body now. Last breath, big breath in, holding at the top of that inhale. And now breathing in a little bit more, sending the breath even further up that right side body. And letting it all go through open mouth exhale. Releasing the hands, the arms, the legs, coming back to center. And this time, walk the feet out a little further away from one another. So we're going to be making our way into our Shavasana, but first just taking a counter pose. So with the feet a little wider, let the feet just fall out to the side, hands resting on the low belly. Once again, soften through the shoulders. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Two more slow breaths through the nose. And now another cleansing breath, big breath in, big breath out. And from here, we'll make our way into Shavasana. So if you want to grab your blanket, get yourself covered. And getting yourself nice and comfortable, whatever feels best for the arms, for the hands here. Once you get settled, take a cleansing breath. And let's just add a little neck release So just turning your head towards the right. Think of letting that right ear fall towards the floor in a very slow movement, slow transition here. And we're just going to let the head stay here for 3 breaths, stretching the left side of the neck, relaxing your jaw, your facial muscles. Slowly, slowly bringing your head back to center and letting it fall over to the left. Holding here 3 breaths. And bringing the head back to center. Finding that little sweet spot right at the back of your skull. And now open the mouth really wide and kind of shift your jaw side to side. And then relax the mouth. Relax your facial muscles. Allow the mind, the body to be at ease. Taking another cleansing breath. On that exhale, surrender, let go, sink down. Allowing yourself to just be at complete rest. And deepening your inhale. And taking a low, extended exhale. Bringing some movement into the body. Wiggle the fingers, the toes, your wrists, your ankles. And gently rocking your head side to side a few times. And taking a nice lengthening stretch, point through the toes, reach through the fingers, maybe stretching one side of the body and then the other. And bringing the feet to your mat, and then hugging the knees in. Take a few rocks side to side. And rolling over to one side, fetal pose. Pausing here, take a full breath here. And pressing yourself up. And making your way to an easy seat. Let's bring the palms of the hands together at the heart, Anjali Mudra. Taking a cleansing breath. Honoring the time here together on our mats. For choosing to make this time for yourself. Maybe this is your first practice of the year. Honoring yourself for that. And just a gentle reminder to take it slow and steady as you transition into this new year. Giving yourself grace, kindness, and nourishment. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. Bowing our heads. May you have and continue to have peace in your heart, peace in your mind, peace in your body, and peace in your life. Namaste. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me today. I hope you feel wonderful and that you have an amazing 2024. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, would love if you could do that as well. And I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Peace and love.